Hey guys, today we're going to do a tested tool review on this Milwaukee 247120 tubing cutter. It cuts from 3/8 all the way up to 1-inch copper tubing. It's not a pipe cutter. It won't cut plastic. It does one thing, and it does one thing well. It cuts copper tubing. There's no reason for me to have this. I'm not a plumber, but I got such a good deal whenever I ordered my other tools that there was no reason not to buy it. I had some copper to do. It works pretty good, but it only does one thing, but that's really all it needs to do. It cuts thin wall, thick wall. That's 3/4. Half-inch. I've had this thing for a while. I've had it about a year. I've been using it. I haven't done that much copper because I've done my whole house in PEX. But wherever I terminated the PEX, I used copper stub outs. I had to do a little bit of sweating on the water heater because I couldn't run PEX tubing right straight to the water heater. You had to put stubs coming from the water heater so far up before you put the PEX onto it. I don't know why that is, but they're particular about that. I guess they don't want the plastic right on the hot pipe. Got some copper here, some pieces. I'm going to run it through this thing. It's a cleaner for soldering. It has a little point inside that supposedly cleans the inner part up, but it doesn't do that well. I've got a little reamer. If I were going to do plumbing with this, I'd probably ream it out with my little knife edge reamer. Don't know where it's at right at the moment. I've got a few pieces of this pipe here. I'm going to try to solder a little bit. Since I was using my cutter. This thing does okay. It's not great. Give me just a minute, I'll be back. Since the whole world is shut down right now, we could do a few practical projects around the house, do some experimenting, and find ways to stay busy. And try to see what we can get caught up and finished. We've been doing things around the property here, trying to stay busy, trying to keep ourselves busy. My wife's been making masks for the hospital staff. She's been making those night and day. She's been taking those and having them delivered to the hospital, and that's a really nice thing. It's really helpful. You see, there's shortages of everything right now. This is flux that I'm using here for this copper. It's hard to melt this stuff together without any flux on. I guess it's a type of acid that gets the surface ready. I'm not really good at it. Like I said, I'm not a plumber. But I've had to learn a lot of things. We've built our own home. We've been doing that. We've been doing our own stuff for a really long time. Yeah, there's times when you have to learn stuff, I guess. It's hard to pay thousands of dollars to have someone come and fix your stuff, and you can basically fix it yourself. This is where you need Steve Lab at, because he's the He's the guru when it comes to soldering. I don't think I've ever seen him use one of these tubing cutters, but he uses the little handheld ones. I've got that one a little bit too close to the block. So if we can get that booger off of it. For the plumbers that are watching, I'm not trying to make this waterproof, I'm just trying to stick them together. I really galled that up. Kind of ugly. But we're not going for pretty here. We're trying to make steampunk. We're trying to make it look black and blue. We want to make it look gaudy, like it's been here forever. Repurposed, industrialized. That's what we want to see on this. Whatever steampunk is, I've never been really clear on that. It just looks like that you repurposed old industrial equipment and used it however you needed to get by. Kind of like Road Warrior stuff. Some of the old movies where they made things look old, look new again. That acid really takes that color off of it, but that's not really what I'm trying to do. I like this bluing down here. That's where I overheated it. Turn it over and look. I didn't get enough on the bottom of the corners. Let's go with that again. Well, I got plenty on that first corner. It looks like it's been on fire. It's just a little paste on it. A little bit of flux. Bob Ross says a happy cloud lives over here. Just enough to got big bubbles here. Like I said, we're not trying to be beautiful. Get those bubbles off. Just making it worse, really. This is hot. Too hot to handle. The whole object here, now that I've got it cleaned off a little bit, Had to sand some of these little boogers off. Now, I guess anybody figure out what it is? Steampunk, whatever that means. Looks like it bent a little bit. I don't know why it curved. They're supposed to be 90-degree corners. Not really the right screws for that. Looks like a door knocker. But you got to be practical during these times. The COVID-19, everything going on, all these shortages. You have to think, what do you need more than anything else? Steampunk. I dig it. Stay clean, everybody.